interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Alright, y'all, back in the stand. It's been about a week since I've been able to hunt. Last week I hunted 5 straight days, 5 good sits, and I saw 6 deer. Well, same 3 deer twice. It was a rough go. This whole rut thing it's not going like they say for some reason. I don't know why. Just not seeing deer like I was, but I don't think the Grizzly boys are there either, and the only thing I know they got was a case of poison ivy. Adam got some poison ivy on his little trip. It's like the 5th time this year. I don't understand why he keeps getting poison ivy. You think he learned after the first 4 times, but I don't know. But I hope someone sees something, man. Segment 4 might be boring. I don't know what's going on. Where are these deer at? Maybe Rick shot them all. I don't know.
Well, kicking off segment 4 here, sweet November finally. Getting ready to head out for our first morning hunt of the season here in Michigan. I don't know, we're gonna head out there and hopefully maybe we can catch a cruising buck this morning. It's been raining for 2 days straight basically, and it finally let up, wind calmed down. Had a light dusting of snow, so we'll see how the morning goes for us. November 1st, baby. Didn't even get to do an interview in the tree and look back in the woods about 100 yards and I see catch a couple does, and I look behind him and there's a good buck and hit that back 40 call, pull him right to us, 15 yards and I whiff it. Runs out to 35, get her up another arrow and I put an arrow in him, but I'm not happy with that shot at all. Actually just saw him walking some more. I think I just want to do the safest thing and just get out of here and go the complete opposite direction where he's at. But man, November 1st, baby. I think, and I cross my fingers and I pray that we just tagged out in Michigan. Alright, going back to the truck now. I got down and checked my arrow and it looked a lot better than what I was initially thinking. Still gotta give this deer at least 12 hours before we even try to go and look for him, but man, it just sucks that, you know, we try to do everything we can to make the best shot possible, and your stomach just sinks and you're sick to your stomach waiting to find out what's gonna happen. You know, we don't want to do this with the deer. You know, we want to make the best shot possible and, you know, make it quick and ethical, but it's bow hunting. What a stressful day this has been. We put an arrow in that buck this morning at about 8 o'clock, gave him roughly 10 hours. Started following the blood. It was real good at first and that petered out, so I just started doing a body search, came right to the creek, and there he lays on the other side of it. But man, we were tagged out in Michigan. That's a first in a long time. So, but now we gotta go all the way back around and come around on the other side of the creek, so it'll probably be dark by the time we get over to them, but man, awesome feeling.
Weeds.
Oh, he's stiff. Yes. Oh. That's what I'm talking about right there. Nice and heavy, 8 bladed G2s.
Can't see it.
Oh, here he is. Finally got around to the other side of the creek and got our hands on him, but it's that bladed G2 buck that I got pictures of him, man. He's heavy. I can't be more happy. We're at my second tag around this guy. But man, what an awesome season it's been. This third encounter I've had at this farm, and I can't be more happy with how this Michigan season's gone for me this year. And truly am blessed to be able to chase after these deer and have these opportunities. But nonetheless, we're gonna pack up and head to Missouri tomorrow, and hopefully we can continue our luck down there and continue this sweet November streak.
The Rise Hunt segment series is brought to you by HuntWise, DeerGro, Redneck Blinds, Badlands Packs, Xpedition Archery, Back 40 Buck Calls, B3 Archery, and Cook's Fatal Attraction Deer Scent.
It's November 1st. We seen 3 pretty good bucks last night, including one buck that we knew from summertime. We named him the Crooked Brow Buck, and he's probably one of the better ones that we have pictures of. But he came down this little knoll, came up, and thought he was going to come up this hill to me, and he didn't. He just continued going. But it was cool to see him. It was cool to lay eyes on him. I can't believe how many bucks we've seen and deer we've seen total. Probably seen upwards of, I don't know, 20, 30 deer last night. It was just, it's awesome. I can't believe it. Today, my new tactic is I brought the decoy with me. I put him up on top of this hill, which I actually don't know if I put him up high enough or not. But I put him up here. I covered him in some pea, and hoping that if either of those good bucks do that same thing, maybe a little tending grunt or I don't know, something might get him to come up this hill. Check this decoy out. And I put him far enough this way that I just only need him to come another 20 yards. Like yesterday I had him at 50 or 60, so if they just even come off the hill just to see him, they're going to be in bow range. So we'll see what happens tonight. Time to go deer hunting, boy.
Some of us don't get to sleep in every day like you.
Ooh, go straight for the kill. Sorry, bud. It's November 5th, and we're in Missouri, and we've been hunting pretty dang hard. I'm actually nervous. I'm overpressuring my property a little too much. So yesterday, I went in and hung a couple new stands and hunted one of those stands in the morning just to give some pressure off my property. And I've opted out of hunting a couple mornings, but I think it was November 2nd. I sat all day, didn't hunt this morning. Slipped back in to my best spot. Check the trail camera that's directly under my tree stand. This is one of the big wide tilted brow tine bucks we got pictures of. We think he's 4.5 or 5.5, and he's a really good buck. He was in here this morning at 2:21 a.m. I got a couple scrapes under my stand that are fresh. It had to have been him. He was in here tearing this area up. He's a big buck. I saw the other buck that he was cruising with earlier in the trip, that crooked brow buck. They're both big mainframe 8-pointers, just big, heavy, good bucks. I got the decoy out, hoping for some luck tonight. You never know. It's a little bit warm. I know Thursday's gonna be really good, but I wasn't just gonna sit at the lodge. I had to come out here, so fingers crossed. Come on, baby. We're in Missouri. It's November 9th, and last night I seen a pretty good buck across this bean field, and he was with a couple does and never really came in range, but he's a pretty good looking buck. Well, the other day when I snuck in this big vein of timber to hang a stand, I found this ladder stand that was here on my lease, and it's an old stand. It can't be that old. It's a pretty big platform, but it's only 15 foot off the ground. And it's rotted into the tree. It's all crooked. But that buck came right by this stand last night. I had to do a lot of trimming with the pruners and the saw and getting everything out of the freaking way. I should have brought my extendable saw because I couldn't trim everything I wanted to, but I got two big, nice, fat pocket shots. And if that buck does what he did last night, or another buck that's like that, I can also shoot down here. Check this out. It's a big old bottom right here. So one thing scary about climbing into this stand down this way is like, you wouldn't want to fall. I might only be freaking 14 foot off the ground right here, but I'm 50 foot off the ground to my right hand side, and this thing has no ratchet straps on it, but it's literally grown into the tree, so there's no possible way. So let's do it. It's getting good. Bucks are chasing, does are popping, going into heat. Let's kill something. Chris is like, there's deer right here. I think we're in a good spot. Just waiting for that giant to come through. He's coming. Get that window. This one, yes. Easy, easy. Easy, easy. What is he there? How far is he? 30.
Quack.
Shut over it.
Well,
That's not what we were hoping for this morning. Safe to say. That sucks. Well, here we go. We're all set up for Katie's first Ohio hunt. We're on a scrape line and a rub line. Actually, there's about 16 scrapes between these two little shelves. So Matt put us in this spot. It's notoriously a great spot. So we're going to sit here for a while and see what comes through.
well, happy Halloween, everybody. Too bad it's a little very rainy, windy, and it was super warm this morning. It was about 70 degrees. So it's supposed to rain all day, so we're sitting it out. We're actually heading down to my Kentucky lease right now. I've been down there in a couple months, so we're gonna check some cameras, make sure everything's looking good for the rut. We'll be down there next week for about a week. So gonna get a little work done today, and then wait out the rain, and then get back in the stand for Katie tomorrow.
Day 4. It is November the 1st. Sweet November, baby. We are back in the same tree we were in on Wednesday. It rained all day yesterday, so we ran down to Kentucky and checked out my property down there. But hopefully one of these bucks comes and checks out one of these scrapes, freshens it up, and Katie can put an arrow through them.
Well, it's about 11 o'clock. We saw 3 small bucks this morning. Rattled the first one in, so that was pretty cool. Just a little bit too small. But this wind's switching a little bit, so we're gonna get down to eat our lunch here at the base of the stand and then go make a move over this way a little bit, kind of on top. Katie found a big scrape over there the other day, so. But pretty solid morning. We're excited for this evening. Well, here we go. It is day 5 of our Ohio public land trip. It is our last day down here. Last night we had a coyote chase 2 bucks through. The 1 buck was probably a shooter, and then the coyote came and actually sat like right here, about 20 yards. I didn't have a release on him, so I couldn't get a shot at him, but we're gonna sit it out today. The weather's perfect. It's 28 degrees at heart for us, so fingers crossed that big 8-pointer comes through here. Not bad, no.
I could have slept in. This guy slept in. It's 9 o'clock. Why are you walking in the woods?
Well, it was a pretty slow morning, but 11 o'clock we had a pretty nice 8-pointer come through that Katie was going to shoot. He actually came down the hill, hit the scrape, and instead of walking down the shuffle where we thought he was going to, he cuts back up the hill and comes to my right, which I could have shot him all day long, but Katie couldn't get around the tree to take a shot, so I think we're going to sit it out here the rest of the day, and fingers crossed we'll see what happens.
No buck. Saw lots of bucks, so that was real cool. Gotta thank Alex for taking time out of his vacation to hunt with me, so that was fun. This was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do it again next year. Not maybe, we will do it again next year, I'm up for some.
Here we go. We're in Kentucky and we're going in for our first sit. I actually just went in and hung this stand. It is down in the bottom. We planted a little under an acre radish plot and then a biologic maximum plot, probably another 100 yards south of that. So I'll be sitting on the north end of the radish plot, and the access is perfect. You come in a little trail, dip down to the creek, and you walk the creek all the way and bounce right into the stand. I kind of stole that from Nick, but it's sweet access. So we're gonna sit back and have some fun tonight.
Well, here we go. We're up and in. We just hung this stand today about noon. I'm sitting over our lush radish plot, and then we got a biologic maximum plot a little bit further down in this bottom. But the wind's perfect. It's blowing right out to the road, right where the truck's parked. I walked the creek that's behind me, the creek all the way in. It was perfect. So we're gonna sit back and just enjoy this evening. It's November the 7th. These are my favorite days to be in the tree, the 7th through the 11th. It is our first morning in the stand. It's a little warm. It's raining on and off right now. It's supposed to start coming in around 11 pretty good. We're going to sit here until it starts, and we're going to go scout some new property. Hopefully something comes in, hits these scrapes before the rain comes, and we'll put an arrow through. Well, it's raining real hard right now. It's about 11 o'clock. We're gonna get down. We're gonna take a different way out. I'm gonna walk up this hill and kind of see what kind of sign there is. Gonna scout a little bit in the rain. I don't even know if it's gonna stop today. It's some nasty, nasty stuff. So we said as long as we could, that umbrella kept us pretty dry, but we're starting to get pretty wet. So we're gonna go slip up the hill back to the truck. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is November the 8th and it is chilly. Well, it's November the 9th. It's my favorite day to deer hunt all year long. It is day 5, November the 10th. We're still down here grinding out in Kentucky. It's been a brutal week so far. I got poison ivy really bad, so that sucks. I've been itching like crazy. So far this morning's been really good. We've had 2 bucks chasing a doe. Well, 1 buck chasing a doe and she had a fawn with her. And then we just had another 3 or 4 point come right on their same trail following. So fingers crossed big boy does that and we can shoot one. It's our last day here, so we're gonna hunt it hard.
things so far. We only have one shooter on this farm, and he actually came through. Just couldn't get a shot at him. He came from the bottom, came up the hill from directly behind me, made a rub, made a scrape, and he came to about 35 yards, and then I was all ready to go. Whether he went left or right, well, he kind of turned, went back down the hill a little bit, circled around, and came up to the top of the hill. When he got to the top, he was kind of skirting the edge. I was just waiting for him to pop up so I could see his vitals. I could only see like his neck and his head. If he was going to pop up, I was going to shoot him, but he never popped up. That's going to be a wrap on our Kentucky rut vacation. Didn't see anything tonight. Last year I saw was 7:30 this morning. I am itching real bad because I have poison ivy from down here, which sucks. But we're going to get backed up, pull the stand down, and get back to the truck.